Welcome to Monkey Chatter. Before we get started, we have to say that while we think we are really smart, we definitely are not doctors, and you should not be taking our advice as medical advice. Everything we say on this show is based on personal experiences, and any guests we have on are not on to help diagnose or treat or cure any disease. Please reach out to your doctor if you have specific medical questions. And now that we're done with kind of the legalese of the show, we want to get on with the fun stuff. So carry on. Let's get down to monkey chatter.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time you're listening to this podcast. I'm Amy. I'm here with Lara and Michelle. We are Monkey Chatter, and we are on lucky episode number 7. And
Yay.
I know, who would have thought last year when we started talking about this that we would get to 7? Who would have thought we would have got to 1?
I know. And now we've kind of seen like a whole season change almost.
Yeah. Yeah, which kind of brings us a little bit to our topic today. We thought it would be fun to talk about workout clothing. And I think we all three, shocker, if you've listened to any of the episodes, realize that we all three have different views on things. And I think we'll probably find that that's going to be the case with workout clothing too. So,
Yeah, if we even call it workout clothing.
Not what that is. Anyway.
So yeah, we thought we'd just share like some of the things that we like, maybe what we look for, what workout clothing, I don't know, helps us do, feel motivated, all of that good stuff. Especially now that the weather is changing and getting a little warmer. Hopefully that means people are getting outside and doing
Yeah, I
more
mean,
fun
depending
stuff.
on where you live, like this weekend past, I guess the past week really, or two, it's just been, you've seen a big change, like probably ups and downs, because like in Kentucky, we've had like 20s and 70s, and today it was almost 80. And so,
Wow.
yeah, but it does influence you to get out, and then you dig through your clothing, and like I have this drawer of like yoga pants and sweatpants and shirts that are supposedly for working out and walking and hiking. And I actually pulled them out this morning and was like, I'm going to take a really good long walk. And I couldn't find anything cute. I had like these old yoga pants that were flared at the bottom, and I don't know. And then I finally just put on like my favorite oldest t-shirt, which I think Amy can relate to this t-shirt because it was from a running group at a brewery in town,
Oh, yes, I
the
do remember that.
West
That was
6 Running
fun.
Club. And after you did so many runs with them, you earned a t-shirt. So that's like my badge of honor to wear that t-shirt around, even though I haven't been running for years. So that was my get up today on my walk. And decidedly not sexy sneakers that I realize you need good shoes to run, and I just walked, but still, that's an important part of the outfit, I'm sure.
Can
Yeah,
we
that
can
is
we so Amy, can you weigh in on that? Because that is one of my constant questions.
yep.
Like, how often do you need to change your shoe get new shoes? Like,
Mm,
like,
yeah,
I
how
never
often?
know. I'm like, I always feel like I wear them too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you
So,
start there?
yeah, sure. Um, so the one thing I always tell people, like, especially new runners, and walkers, is to go and get fitted, like, go to a for real running store or, and running stores, it doesn't matter if you run or walk, they'll still fit you for shoes. Um, Go get fitted by, like, a true professional who knows what they're looking for, and they can help you pick out shoes that, like, fit based on if you pronate, if you supinate, if you're,
So, like,
depending on.
what is like, where is one of those? Like, I wouldn't even
So most local, so like here in Baltimore, we have a group of stores. I'm actually on their running team. It's called Charm City Run. And so they have 7 stores now in Maryland and Delaware. They just had a new store in Delaware. And So yeah, in most areas, if you Google like running stores near me, you will probably, I mean, some areas that are really remote, it
I'm
will be
Googling
harder.
right now.
But if you just do running
I'll bet you
stores,
have one. Yeah.
yeah, near
We have
me,
one in Lexington, and I'm pretty sure they have 2 locations. It's called John's
yeah,
Run Walk Shop, and it's a really cool place.
and a lot of times
I'm
what
not even
did
I'm
Google
not even
not
gonna tell
did
you what showed up when I Googled that near me.
I'm
I'm
afraid.
not sure why, but
Okay.
You might you might need to
but
put some
paint
things
and
in
tackle
quotations.
shops
Oh,
showed up,
okay.
and
Funny.
Swiss
Maybe
Trio
maybe ask Google again. But yeah, if you just do like
so,
running
like
store
okay,
near me,
okay,
um,
I'll
and
keep
yeah,
trying.
there are people who they'll watch you walk, and typically they'll either have like a carpeted area or whatever where they can watch you walk, or they'll have a treadmill set up, and some of them will even have cameras. So they'll like record your footfall, and then you can watch it, and they'll pick shoes out for you. They'll also measure not just like the length of your foot, but the width of your foot, and they'll make suggestions, and then they might narrow it down to, I don't know, whatever, 4 different suggestions, and then you try them on. You walk around. You can run on the treadmill if they have one. But yeah, there's people that can help you do that. And the general rule of thumb is every 3 to 500 miles, you should replace them. Um,
Wait, is this
Good.
like your car?
I only need to buy one more pair. I'll
How
be
do you
alright.
know? You look at your little
so
odometer and you're like, "Oh, I'm at 299." Oh,
so
I'm writing it down, Amy.
for so if you have like in my Garmin, to answer the question of like how um in my Garmin watch, I have a Garmin Connect app then that obviously syncs to my phone, and you can actually put your shoes in there, and then you can note what your gear that you were using, and it will keep track of, like, you can put orange New Balance or blue New Balance or pink Nikes or whatever, so you can note your shoes in there, and then when you finish a run or a walk, you can designate like what gear it was. So that's how you can keep track if you have a Garmin.
Huh.
You know.
if you're really into tracking your miles.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
guess if you just do, like, the same pair all the time and you're walking or whatever, you could always just look at your Apple
yeah.
Yep.
thing and be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, how many miles have I walked over the last year?" 'Cause it would take me about a year.
Yeah. So
I
again,
will
that's general
say
rule of
these
thumb.
shoes are not inexpensive. They generally, because I bought one really good pair at the running store where they measured me and did all the things, and it was felt very pampering because I was like, "Ooh, I'm like getting custom fitted." And those were really good shoes, but don't skimp. It's just they're expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're all
definitely are. But that is one, like shoes and socks, um, are the 2 big things, like, especially if you're running and walking.
Mhm.
Those are the 2 big things. Like, I feel like you can get away with, a lot of other things on other parts of your body, but shoes and socks, like, you have to take care of your feet? It's
yeah,
kinda
it's
like
like the
the
tires
whole
on your
horse thing.
car.
Oh, I
Same
was thinking
thing. Oh, yeah, or no hoof,
like the
no horse.
horse, no hoof, no horse. Um,
Okay, so all right, Amy, make a recommendation on socks. So we'll go from the bottom up
oh.
then.
I love that. Yes, what I never put a second thought into socks, to be honest,
Me either.
other than, like, the color and if they're
Yeah.
cotton.
What do we need
And
to know
again,
about socks, Amy?
I definitely did not start out, if somebody would have told me at some point in time that I would spend, like, $20 on each pair of running socks, I'd be like, "You are nuts."
Out of
Like,
your
I
mind.
want a 12 pack, for $20. But, it does for real make a difference, and you can really kinda jack up your feet, and especially the more now that I've gotten into trail running, that is just a whole other animal too, because a lot of times your feet end up being wet. Um,
Mm.
so and so I think a lot of that just comes down to personal preference. Like, it took me a little while to figure out what shoes or what socks wanted, and now I just buy the same socks over and over. I like a lot of padding, especially, like, on the balls of my foot, on, like, on my pinky toes and stuff. I know some people like, some of my running friends don't, so it does really come down to personal preference on that. If you are gonna spend time, doing much trail running, I am a huge fan, of the Swiftwick socks because
Wi
they're like yeah, they kinda help they dry. So, like, literally, I can run through a stream or run through mud, and they don't make my
Swift.
feet feel soggy, and, like, my feet can be wet for hours. Like, on Saturday, I did a 3-hour run, and I was wet because it rained the entire time. What was that gratitude episode of, "I
Yes,
love
with the
running in the
snow.
rain." Er
what you wish
Yeah,
for, yep.
yeah, but, like, my
So what
feet so
was it?
my
Swiftwick? Can you
yeah,
declare
Swiftwick,
Swiftwick?
yeah, and I
Okay,
think it's
that's
WIK. I don't think it's a C in there.
cool.
Um, but anyway and again, that's you don't have to go spend $20 on socks, and I mean, certainly there are more expensive ones too, but you don't have to be crazy about that if just find something that's comfortable and works for you and, um, test it out. Because I definitely like, when I first started running, I was running in, like, Old Navy cotton socks.
That's my style.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I started with, but I did find that the longer distances it started to get I mean, they just made blisters and,
Yeah.
um, didn't,
Mm.
like, wick the sweat away and all
I
that
was gonna
stuff.
say, I feel like cotton or like a wicking, specifically a fabric that's made for wicking away moisture would be preferable.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyway, yeah.
So I
What
guess
do
I'll
you
have
what
to
do
up.
you guys do for shoes and socks?
Well, other than that one pair I bought, but that was actually back when I was running. I haven't really done that since, and I wore those out. I mean, I wore those for a long time. I still have them, and sometimes I mow the lawn in them now.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought any specific sports applicable shoes except for some hiking boots that I didn't
Oh,
get
yeah.
fitted or anything, but they were specific for, like, hiking, and they're kind of like heavy duty, high top tennis shoes.
Mhm.
Um, and I do love those. But I don't wear them to walk in normally. I just wear, like, whatever, like, little pair of old Nikes I kinda have in the garage, but I'm not doing really long walks either. When I walk a long, long time in shoes that aren't, newer or better, I they don't feel good. My feet don't feel that great. My heels get kinda sore and the balls of my feet, like you said.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. Okay, so, quickly, since we're still on the bottom, I do have some walking sandals that are like hiking sandals, and in the summer, they are my go-to. They are so comfortable, and I can walk for hours in those things. I don't
Hmm.
recommend for heavy duty hiking because your toes are exposed,
Yeah.
but for just walking or like easy strolls, they're supportive and they have grip on the bottom, but
What
they're
are
like
they?
they're not Chacos, but you know how Chacos look.
Mhm.
So everybody loves Chacos. I can't wear them. I don't know why. I've tried like 2 different pairs, 3 different pairs, but I think they're cute and a lot of people swear by Chacos. But these are like a different brand. I've tried some supportive brands like that Vionic, which is good for people with plantar fasciitis. There's some other names I can't even think of, but that's what I have, and I love them.
Hmm.
They're really good. But
Interesting.
I don't know. I didn't know, like, I guess you can't really run either in sandals.
I don't know, I mean, people do, certainly, and people run in bare feet. That
I
is
know.
Right?
Now
What is
that's a
that?
whole 'nother
mm,
thing.
I know.
Yeesh.
Are
Not
those
my
shoes
thing.
that look like toes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never tried
Now
those, actually. So
those are super cool. I
mhm.
mean, I don't think I'd like them, but they look cool. It's like you have frog feet.
Eh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
So,
that's cool.
alright,
So
so
yeah,
what let's move on up the body. So what do you guys like
up
for
the body. Pants?
pants, shorts?
I don't wear shorts.
Oh.
I have a couple pairs, but yeah, no, I would probably wear yoga pants.
Mhm.
Even to walk, do like long walks and hikes in. And I have some that stop like right below the knee.
Yeah.
And then I have, like,
Little
cropped
knickers.
ones, like yoga pant knickers.
You got
Yeah.
knickers.
I do have a pair of hiking pants that I like. They're kind of like nylonish, and I like those. Nothing sticks to them,
Yeah.
and they're just,
Yeah.
like, normal length. And maybe one pair of hiking shorts that are really, really old that are very unappealing and unattractive. But they have all the pockets, and you can, like, tie them up at your low knee, or
Mhm.
you can let them go long. So those are kinda cool.
Yeah. I have a pair of, like, hiking pants, but they're the kind that you can zip off the bottom so that
Oh,
so they're great if it's raining or something, or you start out and it's cold and then it gets warm, you can just zip those off. So I do have those, and, but for my walking, okay, so I wear the most, which is kinda crazy because it's always just a little cold, this time of year. As soon as it starts to get cold, my husband had this, throwaway pair of, like, fleece. I don't know, he probably wore them for pajamas or something, and, but so they're too big for me, like, I have them on now, actually. I went for a walk before I got on here. But I have to roll down the top because they're too big for me, right? So in order to make them not drag on the ground, I have to roll up the top, but they go over everything, and they just add that extra layer of, like, warmth, and literally, I wear those every time I walk. Like, they're in the laundry, like, every day, 'cause I no matter what I have on underneath, like, I could have sometimes if I am just, like, in a hurry and I have a pair of jeans on or something, I will just throw them on over a pair of jeans and throw on my, hiking this time of year 'cause sometimes it's slushy and crappy out. I do, wear my hiking boots to walk, um, but yeah, and I've had those things, like, seriously for years, those pants. In fact, I was a little worried this year that the whole bottom was just gonna, wear through, and I'm like, "What am I gonna wear once these wear through? What am I gonna wear?"
you might
But
need
they're
an
perfect.
emergency pair. You might need
I
to
know,
stock up on them.
I need to find another pair, but they're these ugly gray fleecy thingies, and they just add the right amount of extra warmth. So and
Awesome.
nobody I don't see anybody when I'm out walking, it's usually at night, they don't notice that I'm wearing the same exact thing seasons after season, every day that they see me. Um, but then when it does start to get warm, I don't wear them all year round, so I usually just grab a pair of black. Amy I see Amy with all the colors now, but, I have, like, 3 or 4 pairs of black yoga pants of a couple different kinds, and, that's kinda what I wear, and I really am lucky because don't think about this at all, and, I have a dear friend whose daughter owns a Pure Barre franchise, and she's really into the clothing part of it, like, the retail is a big part of her business, and she's got a great fashion sense. So, she'll for Christmas or my birthday or whatever, she tends to give me, like, a pair of yoga pants, so which is good, so, yeah, I probably haven't bought any quote, unquote, "workout gear," like, in a really long time. I really need to step up my game. It's pretty bad. And Amy, I did find a running store near me. So I'm
Did
gonna
you?
actually yes, because so that's the other thing on the shoe side, right? So I had that, I broke my leg all those years ago and it messed up my foot. So I've had to wear orthotics for years now. So, no matter what I wear, I have to shove those into my shoe. And so yeah, I probably should go get like fitted with a pair of really good sneakers. Although with an orthotic, you pretty much cut, like no matter what you're wearing, you've got the proper support in there, but, I'm gonna do it, Amy. I'll
There you
Do
report
go.
it.
back as to
It's
my I
fun.
just found
Oh,
there's, like,
yeah.
a really nice one, well, kind of, 45 minutes from me, but I can do it on the way somewhere or the way back, so I'll report back
Yeah.
Yay.
on what new sneakers I get.
I can't wait to hear about your
Excellent.
experience. You're gonna be
I
like, "Ooh, it
know.
was so fun." Um,
So, alright, Googling around, I did find something near me. There is a Fleet Feet, looks
ooh.
like a running
Yeah.
store. So I will
Yeah.
check them out, because I'm pretty sure I need new shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a probably a good one. I've not done anything with them just because I work with our local, like, store so much. And again, I run for them, so not on the professional team. Let's just get that straight. Um, but I am on their run team and they're great to work with. So I've always done like our local store, but I do know that there are Fleet Feets like all over. So that could be a good one. So yeah, I'm glad you found that.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
shout
glad you
out to
said
our
something. I had
running
no
store.
idea they existed. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Lara, what'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, yay, shout out to all of our running stores. And yeah,
Yeah.
by the way, these are not paid endorsements,
No.
but they could be if anybody wanted them to be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
um and
I
it's
yeah,
can't
so
wait to hear
funny.
about your experience though, because I
I
think you're going to
will
be
Yeah.
like, ooh, this was really nice personal attention.
I will
Yeah.
report back.
Um it was so funny, Michelle, when you were talking about the black yoga pants and stuff. So I made I made myself a deal when I turned 40 that I was not buying another pair of black pants. Like I was like, that's it. It was like my midlife crisis or something. And so that's what the most of the pants and shorts that I wear now are CVG. And again, shout out to CVG. This is not a paid advertisement, but I do love their clothes and have a lot of them. But it's constantly varied gear. And their big thing is that their leggings are squat proof, meaning which is super
What?
important. They're
Wait, wait.
squat proof, meaning if you've ever been at the gym and you see someone squatting in leggings in workout pants that are a little too thin,
Oh, like the
you
Lululemon lemon
will I don't
fiasco.
know because I don't own any of those, but let's just say that sometimes you see parts that you really don't want to see. So
Oh boy.
that's like the big thing. So they're like pretty I don't wanna say thick, but they're just really well made, and so you don't see things that you probably shouldn't see in public,
That
underneath them.
tends to be the legging. Like leggings got super popular and everybody was buying like the cheaper and they're cute. I mean, there's a lot of cute colors and things, but they were thinner ones.
Yeah. So
And there was
yeah.
something about Lululemon leggings, but honestly, like I still have my original pair of Lululemons that I bought at the store, and they are like what you're saying, Amy. They're really well constructed and they're very not see-through. And
Yeah.
they have pockets
The pockets, so that was
and
gonna be my other
yes.
thing with pants and shorts. The pockets on the side, like, I don't buy anything that doesn't have pockets. Like, I used to run in the Nike Tempo shorts, and those things, I'm like, "Ooh, I do not like those at all anymore now." And again, CVG has, the shorts, and again, this is not we're
Not a
not
paid endorsement.
not a paid endorsement, but I do love
Just
them,
a
so
free endorsement.
if anybody ever listens to this from CVG, we love your stuff, and we would take
And
more
what
of
does
it.
CBG stand for?
Constantly varied gear.
Besides the Cincinnati airport.
Yeah, it's not the Cincinnati airport. I actually have one of their vests, and, I was flying the other week, and one of the flight attendants asked me if I was from Cincinnati. I'm like, "No."
I
Um,
noticed that when I saw it. I was like,
oh, yeah.
CBG, that's the airport code for Cincinnati.
So
Constantly varied gear. That's cool.
yeah, and they have, like, all kinds of fun prints and all that stuff, so I've definitely done that. And again, they're short, so I've actually started to run in their shorts now because they have, like, different lengths, like, they have the little booty shorts for, like, the real CrossFitters who can have booty shorts and not have parts hanging out the bottom. Not this girl. Um, and then they have, like, I think a 5-inch and a 7-inch, short. too. So it's like a 2 and a
Mm.
half inch, a 5 inch, and a 7 inch. The 2 and a half are just a step above underwear. um, and then the 5 inch and 7 inch, and they also have like a rubber um lining at the bottom of the leg so that like when you're running, it doesn't ride up in your
Mm.
nether
Oh, so
regions.
they're like closer fitting. They're
Yes,
not like
yeah,
the
they're definitely like
loosey ones.
snug. Yeah, snugger.
Okay.
And they have pockets. So those
Pockets
are
are key. I
yeah.
found that with yoga pants, and I've been buying wide-legged yoga pants that are looser now, and
Mm.
I really like them. They're just really comfy. And some of them are longer and some of them are shorter, but they have the pockets are the big thing, and I like the higher waist. I don't like low-waisted exercise stuff or stretching stuff because I feel like the minute I do anything or put my arms up or bend over, it's gonna expose stuff
It's
I
like a
don't want
plumber.
exposed. Belly chunk or a boob. I don't know. Well, if they're too loose, well, no, that I guess your
That would be your
shorts aren't gonna
I
top.
was
do that.
gonna say,
That'll
if
be
your
our
boobs
top.
are your pants, you need another bra.
Oh boy, we are getting closer
Wait,
to the bras, but we are gonna
yes,
have to talk about that.
yeah, we need to yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I have to say, I did a little homework for this show by going to Marshall's and
Oh,
looking at
yes.
the workout clothes, and I was dismayed.
Oh, really?
The colors are ugly. Like, look, they're like neon. There's too much neon.
Too much
I guess
It's
neon,
like
it's
the
right?
because
80s. Are we going
yes,
back to the
it was
80s?
very
Orange and lime
80s.
green, yeah.
There were a lot of shirts that to me, and this is not a knock on Marshalls because I find stuff there from time to time. It's just, I think, the collection of workout clothes that are available in more discounted like department stores. And the tops were all like crop tops. I'm like, no. And then the ones that weren't cropped, like they were just like too form fitting, or I
Mm.
just no, they're just not attractive. So again, back to the beer t-shirt. I will say though, yoga clothes to me are motivating. If I have cute yoga clothes, and I don't need motivation for yoga at least because it is the motivation, but there is still something about like if you're going to yoga and you have to go somewhere afterwards or before,
Mm.
you feel much cuter if you have a cute yoga outfit on. And
I
then you
think a
can
lot
get
of
the longer shirts that cover the
Yes.
booty, and they might be a little form fitting, but they like fit and flare, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just
it's
more
more fun.
attractive. Fit and
And I
Yeah.
flare.
feel like a lot of the yoga clothes are super soft. Like
Yes.
Mm.
they're like a really, really
Stretchy.
soft material.
They're not confining, but they're stretchy and they have some flow, I think is a good word for it.
Yeah.
And because you might need to flow and move, but like I said, you don't want your shirt falling over your head and having your,
Right.
your tatas pop out.
Mm. Mm.
Eh, yeah.
Dear. But
Yeah.
um
If
but yeah, I was dismayed and I was like, well, there might have been one or two yoga tops that would have worked because they're higher necked and they wouldn't have
Mm.
shown too much cleavage or things wouldn't have come out. But it's hard this time of year because it's that in between time.
Yep.
So you
mm,
can't wear the sleeveless ones, which I have a lot of cute ones of those. And then there's nothing cute long sleeve really that's just not just a plain old t-shirt that's a yoga shirt. So I'm always like torn this time of year on what to wear besides
mm.
a t-shirt.
Besides a beer shirt.
The beer shirt has to get tucked in the front because if you do a downward dog, it's gonna
Oh,
expose you.
yeah, over your yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the
Interesting.
cute bra comes into play.
So
Mm.
speaking of a bra, so I'm gonna go to you guys for the whole bra thing because this girl doesn't have much going on in that region. So I don't
I have
really
struggled over the
Mm.
years and I have bought the heavy duty sports bras, the no bounce, the ones that hold you in. I bought like the looser ones that are just like one big sheath and then
Yep.
you just get the
one big
uniboob.
sheath.
Unimove. Yeah, the big Unimove.
That is not good. I actually have a really cute one that I was like, I've had for years and has cute little strappy things in the back. But
Mm.
every time I try to wear it, I'm just like end up with this big bulge in the front of my chest. And I'm like, that is so unattractive. So that's out.
Mhm.
But I
Huh.
have found, that again, this might be a little bit of a shout out because it's not a workout bra, but it's the brand Wacoal. It's
Mm,
Wacoal, and it is a, I guess just like a pullover bra. I don't know what you call it. It looks kind of like a sports bra, but it doesn't have all the construction. It's just really super stretchy, and it keeps your girls separated, and it also, like, holds you so you're not gonna bounce and flounce around too much. And
mm.
those have become
Huh.
my favorite. I have, like, 6 or 8 of them in different colors. And
Oh,
if they
wow.
show a little bit, they just look like a sports bra.
Got it. I'll have
Huh.
to
So,
check that
yeah.
out. Getting such good tips from you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I really tried, like, years ago to figure out the whole sports bra thing and, bought a couple and, like, you're pulling it like, they're all, like, one piece, right? So you're pulling them over your head, trying to get them on and off, and I'm like, "Oh dear god, this is, like, ridiculous. Who wants to do this? It's just painful." So, I completely just gave up. In fact, I think I finally got rid of the original one because I just kept it in my drawer thinking, "Oh, well, someday someday I'll figure out how to get in and out of this thing and not hurt myself." And, I finally just threw it out. I was like, "You know what?" It went in the big bag that went to
The
the
Goodwill.
clothing bin, you know?
I know, and I
But
always feel bad about that. I'm like, "Is it okay to give bras away?"
well, I
I
think
think
if
it
you toss
is,
them into
but
the clothing bin, they're just using that's for pounds of cloth. They're
yeah,
just it's not like I gave it to the thrift store or anything. It's just like, "Here, here, see if you can sell this and get me, 50 cents. That would be great."
yeah. But
Um,
seriously, some of those were really expensive bras, I
they
bet, like
were!
Yeah.
So so now I just wear, like, my regular bra, like, I get yeah, I go to Jackie
Like,
because I live right here by the outlet, so
okay, so
huh.
there's a whole whole 'nother episode down the road is bras, and I know that
yes.
we'll cover that
Yeah,
someday,
yeah.
for sure. But I
I
I'm
just
kind
do
of
feel
feel
I'm
like
blessed.
excited to sit
bras
that one
are for
out.
people. No, you're not. We all need some kind of coverage.
Uh,
I
Band-Aid.
I think sports bras only do well and look good on people that don't really need them.
right? That's such a true thing. It's such a true thing.
And
Exactly.
they feel awful. They are so
They do feel
uncomfortable.
awful.
It's like
Oh,
prison.
see, that's how I feel about regular bras. Like, just the other week, we I had to go to a meeting because I never wear real bras anymore because, I mean, I work from home, I go to the gym, like, I don't wear, quote, unquote, "real clothes" anymore, like, my wardrobe is workout clothes, and I we were at a meeting for multiple days, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the most uncomfortable freaking thing ever. I hate wearing real bras. Like, where is my sports bra?" Like, I hate them.
Well, and you probably wear probably closer to what, like, I'm talking about, which it is pullover, but it's got so much stretch, it's easier to get in and out, and it
Yeah, I
doesn't have
mean,
all the structure and
Ugh,
tightness to it. It's just
the
just
comfortable.
the, so again, another, like, so the CVG pants also have matching CVG bras that go with them, so generally I have, like, the bra that matches the pants, and they're really comfortable. They actually have a couple of different, um, types of them, and they're, like, comfy and cute and whatever. Um, but especially during the summer when you're really sweaty, I've felt like I was dislocated a shoulder a few times trying to get out. Like,
cut it
get
off.
home, turn on the shower, and, like, 30 minutes later, you're finally getting in because 'cause you're trying to, like, can't get out of the thing.
Like they'd be able to come up with something a little better, but oh well.
Yeah,
Oh well. The
but
Yeah, you would
trials
think,
and
but
tribulations.
if you're a serious runner, you do you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
If you have
in
to go.
riding too, like, if you ride
Yes.
horses, I always feel badly for folks who are managing, you know, all the things and have to deal with that because that is so hard on your back and yeah, it just
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
don't know. I have
okay,
no idea
just
what you're talking about.
take my word for it. Like,
Yeah,
that can be
take our word
really
for it.
visual. Yeah. You don't wanna do a lot of trot work without the proper foundation. Let's just leave it at that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, one of my friends used to talk about wearing, like, double sports bras, like,
Oh,
one
I've heard of people doing that.
Yeah,
over another. I'm like, "How do you" like, I feel like I'd be like, like, "How do you
Yeah, that
breathe?"
feels sounds
right?
awful. I can't
Yeah, it does
imagine.
sound awful.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it's either that or black eyes. I don't
Like,
know.
it's just ugh, yeah.
As the joke
Anyway,
goes.
yes.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay, should we move on from bras to just, like
yeah,
do we
We
wanna talk
sort of
about
talked about tops. Do you
tops.
have like, I
my
feel
only
like go ahead.
no, my only thing is that I'm just I get so jealous when I see folks who are just walking around in their little sports bra with a little tank top over it, and I'm like, "Oh, I would love to do that," but nobody needs to see, like, the bat wing arms and the shoulder fat, that like that stuff right there, whatever that is. Like, yeah. So that's another you were talking about it, Lara, like trying to find the in between.
Yes.
Like I really my day because I'm not 40 or 50, I'm in my 60s now, and there you can it's not horrible, but it's just not things people really need to see, like, at the grocery store when you're walking, like, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
and that is a
trying to
cute look,
right?
but you're right, it's
I
really hard
can't
to
do
pull off. I know, I'm like, if I'm at a yoga retreat or in a yoga
whole
class,
different deal,
it's
right? Yeah.
fine, but you're right, you don't necessarily wanna go Kroger shopping when you're done or
Kroger
go and
shopping.
grab a beer with your yoga mates afterwards.
I was trying to find, like, that in between so, in the winter, it's easier, right? Because I think it's
Yeah.
super easy to find long sleeve, sort of longer stuff you just throw on over all of that, but in the summer, like yeah, trying to find things that would go over that, that aren't gonna make you, like, really, really hot.
I do have a solution for that,
I'm
and
ready.
this is my in my 50s, what I have discovered from, like, people who grew up in the 50s and 60s, the little known caftan.
Oh, don't you love
Caftan,
those? Yeah.
What?
oh my gosh, get a caftan. You can throw that over leggings and a
Yeah.
tank top and cover all the stuff you don't wanna show off, and you look cute. It's really awesome, and you
What's
can
a
find them
caftan?
everywhere. Oh my gosh, a caftan, look it up. It's
Okay.
Kaftan. They come in all they're sort of bohemian, they're a little bit gypsy, little bit, a little hippie, but they also have more elegant looking ones. And it's also a little bit of a southern thing I've discovered. And they're long, flowy. Some of them have long sleeves, some of them have just like open arms so you can just cover your shoulders and like the side flaps that come out of your tank top. But I have started collecting and some of them are just like throws, but
This
they have
one's pretty,
armholes.
yeah.
They're
Yeah, these are
gorgeous.
pretty, Lara.
They're like
I'm
wearable
Googling.
scarves. So now
Yeah.
I
whatever
feel
you
like
happen to have on, you can throw this caftan on and go out and have a drink afterwards.
Alright, Lara, I am like, man, between
That's
you
my
and
tip
Amy,
for
I'm
the
gonna have to
day.
go shopping.
I would trip over this.
Well, they
Yeah,
don't
it's
have to
gotta
be long
be
though, right?
shorter, not
Yeah.
so
Okay.
long that you trip. And it's
Oh,
like just so you can drape yourself while you're sitting in the cafe with your legs crossed.
And they don't have to look at my flabby bat wings
huh.
and
Yeah,
whatever, shoulder fat or
caftan.
whatever that is. Yeah.
Yes.
Although I guess if I worked out a little harder, that's the whole idea, right? To get to be doing working out a little bit more and get rid of my bat wings and shoulder fat.
Yeah, they're super cute.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm gonna
there's
try
really a
to
style for everyone, and they can double as a beach cover up.
that's what I was
Yes.
gonna say, they look kinda like beach cover-ups.
Yeah, they can double as a beach cover up.
Hmm, interesting.
Alright,
All right, I
Laura,
have a quick question for probably more
okay.
Amy, but maybe Michelle too. So, do you ever work out, like, at home? Do you have, like, a little home gym? Or do you always go to a gym or go running?
Hmm, like, I will like, I bike at home because so I have my bike, set up on a trainer here.
Yeah, so I have a bike here too, it's probably not nearly like yours, it's just
I mean, it's
it
just my road bike that's on,
oh, so you
it's
can
on a
indoor
trainer
bike.
thing, yeah. Yeah, it's my, like, regular real it's not like a quote, unquote,
Oh, okay. So
"exercise bike."
I wanna know
It's
about biking clothes because that is a whole different
oh,
thing.
padded shorts,
Yeah,
padded
padded.
shorts.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
wish you all could
Pants,
see
whatever.
Amy's face right now because that was hysterical, the face you made when you went,
Let's
"Oh."
just that's very, very important, very
Yes.
So
important.
I that's a good thing to know because sometimes I okay, this is gonna be a confession.
Yep.
We
Sometimes
like confessions.
the only time I'm motivated to get on the bike is, like, after I've, like, kind of gotten my morning time and then before I jump in the shower. So, I don't put workout clothes on, I just wear, like, old pajama pants
Mm.
and a t-shirt with no bra
That
and
makes me
socks, no shoes, because the bike has these little pedals with straps on them, and I could just hold my they hold my feet in there. Granted, I'm not standing up and biking, this is not a machine that you can do that on, it's just a one you sit and do. And I have hand
whatever works
weights
for
and I
you.
do the hand weights, but yeah, basically pajama workout clothes
But at least you do
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's what I'm like,
occasionally.
Yeah.
I have to say that makes my parts
Well,
hurt
that's
just
what I'm getting
thinking
at is
about
maybe I need to find some padded pajama
it.
pants
Yeah.
because that's the only part that keeps me like I'll listen to something on the I'll listen to a
Yeah.
really long meditation or I'll listen to a podcast while I'm doing it or a book on tape and that's how I get through it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 30 minutes,
Wow,
minimum of
30
30
minutes?
minutes.
I'm like,
I
That's my
"Oh,
know,
I thought
minimum.
you were gonna say maybe
that
10, 15, 30
Oh no,
minutes."
yes,
Something.
I feel like my minimum on there is 30, and if I poop out, I just slow down a little if I'm getting too,
that's
like
a long time in pajama pants and no
Yeah.
shoes.
I know, maybe I that's why I don't like to do it very often. Sometimes
I
it's like a
thought you'd be
leisurely
riding,
pedal.
like you'd be riding the
Uh,
Tour de France if you had the right clothes.
I mean, this is not cycle bar riding, okay?
oh,
This is
oh
like
my god.
country road, looking out the window at the backyard,
La, la, la.
leisurely pedaling. And then
Yeah.
I get my heart rate up, and then I bring it down, and then I get it up again, and
Oh, your
but
HM
I'm
what do they call
thinking
it?
maybe I could go a lot
HM.
longer if I put on bike padded shorts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would
And
say
that's
yes.
almost like pajamas. I mean, it would be easy to slide those on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, so I did my first century ride, like 100-mile bike ride 2.5 years ago. I think it was the fall of 21. And that was a very and I am not a professional biker by any stretch and don't really know much about it. But we just decided we were gonna take this thing on. And I actually have another one coming up here at the end of April. And
Wow.
but the one thing that was a very quick learning lesson was padded shorts are much needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
and an appropriate seat, like
Mm.
so to
Yeah, that's
ride
the
that
other
long,
thing.
the bike
This
seat.
has like a seat cover, which is cushy, which
Yeah.
makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can I change the subject slightly just to so I know part of the purpose of workout clothes is like wicking sweat away and cushioning your tush and, making it so your legs, your thighs don't rub together. But let's face it, like I think of it as like motivation because if you feel good, like you're more inclined to go do the thing, whatever the thing
Yeah.
is. So, how do you view that like psychologically? Is that like talk about your because you are the most put together for a wardrobe
That
workout
is
wardrobe.
true.
And don't you
Um,
have like a method that you keep your clothes and hang them right
oh,
in
are you talking about, like,
the
my
closet?
little hanging
Yeah,
contraption?
yeah.
Yeah, and I
And
think we
does
talked
that
about this.
motivate you? And does specifically is that why you do it? It's because it's motivating you to keep up with it.
I don't know, I mean,
You
sure,
don't need
it's
any
like
motivation.
no, I
You
do,
just
I
do it.
no, I do. So, I think we talked about it a little bit in the morning routine, episode too, which I think was just the last episode. Um, but like, I have this thing that hangs on the back of my bathroom door, and so
Oh,
usually on
yeah.
Sunday nights, I put, like, the outfits together for the week. So,
Oh,
like
that's right.
yeah, so I have the like, I generally have whatever my training is for the week, like, the gym, running, biking, all of that is kind of, like, laid out. So, I know what clothes go with what days and stuff. So I'll put them in and, like, do, because I am a little OCD about everything matching. So, like, the pants or shorts, bra, socks, underwear, like, obviously shirt, hat, all that stuff. So and it has, like, 5 compartments in it, so I'll put, like, each of the 5 outfits together, but I don't know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's fun to get new clothes, like, I love when I get a new package from
Yeah,
CBD. Um, so yeah, it's definitely fun to get new clothes, but I wouldn't
that's not
say,
what
like,
motivates
it's
you.
not a huge yeah, that's not my main source of motivation. That's just fun.
Yeah. I think it does motivate me if I have something if I get something new and it's cute that I feel more inclined to go and do
Yeah.
more
Like, I'm gonna
hiking or
wear
go
this.
bike
Yeah.
riding or, go to a bigger yoga class or whatever it is. Because I do so much at home and where I
Mhm.
don't care what I look like. I
It's
don't know.
this is sort of related, not I'm not sure, shiny object, but we had I don't even know which episode, and maybe we didn't talk about it and I'm making this up. But when you a lot of times when you work with a coaching client and you're just getting them sort of toe dip in, one of the things that you do is you describe your perfect day, right? And you go through and you do it in real detail, like all the things that you do. And one of the things that was and I did this like years ago, and I tend to do it, every few years I'll take a look at it and see if it needs to be tweaked. But one of my things that is the most frustrating for me in life in general is having the appropriate attire for whatever it is I'm going to, right? So for most of my life, I have always felt like I'm like, "Oh, don't have the right thing to wear for whatever the thing is." I don't know, wedding, funeral, workout, whatever it is, it always feels like I'm either rushing out at the last minute to go buy something to wear because all the things I have in my closet, don't work or aren't right. And so one of my things, like one of my like if I could have like a perfect life, I would always have the appropriate wardrobe for the task at hand. And I feel like this workout thing is just, part and parcel of my whole challenge to figure out what to wear. And you would think by the time you get to like your 60s, you would have figured this out. But I'm here to say, nope, nope, it still goes on. Like, I look at my, like, closet packed with stuff, and I go, "Oh, I still need," whatever it is, and even the workout thing. So maybe, Lara, if I did, like, have okay, this because I do pretty much wear the same thing all the time, right? But maybe that would be if I had like, okay, here's Monday's outfit, here's Wednesday's outfit, here's Friday, I need to
Yeah.
take a little inspiration from both you and Amy. And maybe that would reduce a lot of stress in my world too. Cause that's stressful when you're like, oh, I just don't have what am I gonna wear? I'm so sick of thinking about what am I gonna wear.
Yeah,
It's just makes me
it is
crazy.
kinda stressful to not feel like you have the right outfit for the
Right?
right
Ugh.
situation. Yeah.
Yes,
And
so
that's
annoying.
one thing I think is always a work in progress to a certain extent too, like, depending on what level you are, you know, whatever you're doing with your
Yeah,
career, your lifestyle, your workout. I mean, for me, I've definitely changed quite a bit from what my old standard wardrobe would have been now that I'm, running the salt cave and at a moment's notice, maybe I am going to lead, a short yoga class
yeah,
or maybe I'll have some extra time and I'll go in the cave and do some yoga. And or if I get invited to participate in a demo, I definitely wanna have something on that I could move and do some light yoga
Yep.
in. So that has definitely influenced my style. It's much less structured and less tailored than I used to dress. More yoga type pants or flowy pants on the bottom and looser tops just for movement, but enough to wear, like I could.
Mhm.
So I have noticed that. I definitely have started accumulating those kinds of clothes that can cover that. I mean, it wouldn't be like go out and take a run or get on the
Right.
elliptical at the gym, but it's functional and also like what I feel good in now. But
Yeah.
it's evolving. It's been evolving.
Mm.
So
And
I
Amy,
think
you said your whole wardrobe is pretty much like
yours is
workout
all
clothes to me.
workout stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it went like, so last week I was actually traveling for work, and I was like, "Ah, I don't know how to put anything together because like, I don't." I was like, I don't even know what to do with this," and then I'm like, "Oh," and then it goes back to wearing the real bras again, like, that whole
Shoes.
thing.
Shoes are always a problem. I'm always
Yes,
like, "What are
shoes.
the right shoes?" I don't know.
Yes, and, like, "Oh, I have to wear a belt," like, "Oh," and, like, I did a trip, I don't can't remember which one it was, and I was like, "Well, crap, I forgot to pack jewelry because I don't even think about wearing jewelry." Like, I wear the same little pearl earrings and my little rubber wedding band thing. So, like, and that's, like, all I wear, and my Garmin watch, that's all I wear. And that is one thing, actually, it's not necessarily a clothing item per se, but for anybody who's, like, lifting and stuff, the rubber wedding rings have been a huge saver. They've saved my real rings. I actually don't wear my real rings much anymore at all unless I'm not gonna be lifting a barbell or a dumbbell 'cause,
Mm, I never
um,
would have thought
it
of that.
yeah, they tear up your rings. Um, so, yeah, just I just
Well, something new. I never knew.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we kind of neglected one piece of clothing because we kind of skipped it, but we went to the bra. But what about underwear? So, like for me,
Oh,
it's not a big deal. I
Oh,
just want
yeah.
underwear that's not going to fall down during yoga class. But, like some of them do. But, but for like if you're really running or biking or working out and sweating and like really moving, like there's got to be some specific underwear that you like.
Yeah. Wow, we're really getting personal now.
Well, I mean, I think it's
"Hi,
important.
everyone. These are my" no. "Here's my under let me go get a pair. Too bad this isn't on video."
But I mean, are there specifically workout underwear?
Yes.
I did not know that, but I had a
Yeah.
feeling.
So okay, this is getting super personal, but whatever. Um, so I don't like to have, like, the whole panty line thing, so, like, for, my leggings and stuff, like, I wear, like, the really soft thong type underwear, but they're super soft, nothing with any sort of lace on it. Do not
Oh,
do anything with lace.
no.
It's a really bad idea.
imagine that would be painful.
And
Yeah,
then, quite
my thong wearing
honestly,
days are over.
a lot and then, quite honestly, a lot of the stuff you don't even need to wear underwear with, like, they have something built
Oh,
in,
that makes sense.
so you don't even need to wear underwear with them, like, and they're made to be like that.
I think there's some yoga pants out there like that too, and
Yeah.
because I think that could have been partly why people were freaking out about the see-through ones.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Mm.
And then the other thing to kinda go along with this, and this is not clothing related per se, but just it makes me think of things like this. But, in talking about, like, chafing and all of that, like, they do
Yeah.
make products, like, there's a product called Body Glide, which I use all the time, and then there's, another product called Squirrel's Nut Butter, and, you can use it in parts that may rub together and
Mm.
chafe, and I also use it on my feet, like, if I'm gonna do a really long like, the other week when I did that 9-hour run, I, like, smothered my feet in Squirrel's Nut Butter, um, so Yep.
One
It
does,
sounds like
yeah.
either something really weird or something you could put on toast.
Um, I'm not sure I'd wanna do either one. You can put it on toes, not toast.
Toast.
Okay then.
Um, but yeah, so
Uh,
and especially in the summertime, like, because of course you're sweating more, and I tend to be a salty sweater too. Again, TMI.
so
But,
salty.
so you do get, like, a lot of, chafing and stuff. So, yeah, if anybody has that issue, I would suggest Body Glide, and the Body Glide comes in like a stick, almost like a deodorant stick, and you just smother that. You may wanna keep, like, one stick for certain parts and one stick for, like, like, at the
'Cause
back of your
Oh, that's
arms or,
probably a good
like,
idea.
chafing or yeah. And then the squirrel's nut butter comes in either a stick like that, or, like, almost like a salve type thing, like, in a little can. I have it in both, and I think they may do, like, a lotiony type
That is
thing
super
too.
interesting. I had no idea. I really didn't.
But I can tell you, just stepping back to the underwear for a brief moment, um,
No pun intended.
yes, yeah, you definitely do not I really did not mean that. You definitely do not want anything with any sort of lace. I made a total rookie mistake several years ago. I ran a marathon in these, like, cutesy little underwear that were, like, the real, like, the real, like, thin, like, fabric, but then they had, like, the lace at the end that was supposed to kinda hold them in place.
Oh,
Bad idea. I got back from that marathon to the hotel. I got in the shower, and I thought I was gonna scream. It was quite one
gosh,
of the
that sounds
most painful
awful.
experiences of my life.
That's terrible. There's
Like
not enough nut butter in the world for that.
Yikes. Ugh.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. On that note, okay,
I
by the
know.
way, just so you all listeners can understand, we did not think we could even fill 30 minutes of this conversation. And now I
And
think
I think this is gonna be our longest one
it
yet.
might be one of our longest podcasts to date. So,
Um, I did just have 2 other things real quick since we'll go to the top. We're going from, like, the underwear up all the way up to the head
oh
now.
yeah, the
Um
headgear.
Yeah, so, just 2 things, like, 1, I wear a lot of hats, I just like hats. 1, if you're running, it keeps the sun out of your eyes, without having to wear sunglasses. My, like, go-to is, Alter Ego hats. They're like a running company, and they have like, they're really breathable, so I wear those a lot, and then for headbands, I also wear the headbands, and I know a lot of people have problems with those, like, sliding around, so I always get the headbands with, like, the little rubber lining,
Mm,
and then some of them have, like, the little grippy teeth on the rubber that's underneath, so it helps hold them in place. And those I just get at Walmart. I think they're like goodies or something. I don't know.
yeah, I do like headbands. Like I have used those in various, like whether it's yoga or working out or walking, and I do like those. My head
Yeah.
is small, so I'm with you. I need the ones with the rubber lining.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
But
good. I think we should get a picture of your preparation closet or door or whatever,
Yes.
just to motivate.
preparation.
I want to post that.
Preparation H.
Not that
Not
one.
that.
Like your
Yes.
clothes prep. Your clothes prep.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
can
we need to
we
post that.
can
Get
we can
that
do that.
posted.
It's always full on,
It is a work of art. Yeah.
Sunday nights, so,
I wish we could see Michelle's outfit, walking outfit too, actually, but
I know.
Oh,
that
yeah,
might
we
be a
I
may
little
know,
not
yeah.
post yet.
Michelle, you don't have to be in them, but you may have to
Oh, yeah, I could
provide
just send you a picture
yes.
of the
yeah.
pants.
You could
Yes,
just hold
And
them
I'm
I could
hold the
happy to
pants
maybe
up.
pick out my favorite yoga outfit, not me in it, and just take a picture of that.
there we
Yeah,
go. That'd be
there you
great.
go.
That'd
Okay.
be
Think that'll
Look
be
great.
for
fun.
look for that on social media.
Okay.
Yeah. Entertainment daily.
Yes.
Ugh. All
Alright.
right. Well, now that
Well, I
we've
think that about wraps it up. If we appreciate you guys listening. If by the way, we love questions and emails, but if you send us a question on Spotify, we may have to sometimes answer questions on social media. Just technologically challenging sometimes to make sure we're doing everything right. So if you don't see an answer, please know that we are going to answer, or we will put it on social media if we can't figure it out how to answer directly.
Yeah.
And
Or
we
just send
thank
us
you
an
for your
email.
feedback. Yeah, and
Yeah.
also email.
Yeah, we
What's our
love that.
email?
3monkeyswellness, 3 is spelled out, at gmail.com. So,
Yay.
yes. So feel free to send us a message. If you have any like thoughts for topics that you'd like us to cover, we have hours of endless entertainment here.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So, yes. Thank you all for listening. And yeah, I think we'll call it at
Wrap
that.
it
Are we
up.
just going to do the peace out? We don't need to do the monkey chatter.
yeah, I think peace out's our thing now
Peace
because
out.
monkey
Good.
chatter's too hard. Yeah, and we'll when we if you look in like the show notes too, we'll put these brand names that were mentioned just so if you weren't sure or couldn't catch it on the podcast, you'll see it in the show notes.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. So smart,
Sarah?
Lyra.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
Yeah. Don't let me forget to add that into the show notes now.
Right.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a great
Thank you
day,
all.
everyone.